Welcome back, my gardening friends. Well, it's been damp, cold and horrible, so I've had to bring the long beans home to get them half dry, almost dry. These are the starlets. I do like these. I'm going to sort these seeds now. Don't need many. I'm not going to grow many next year, but there are a few plot holders that would like some, so I'm going to sort out some of them that don't look their best, and then we'll bag the rest up. Small or big, it doesn't really matter. I tend to pick the big ones when we plant them, but that's those. Let's have a little look at the Liberty, which are a good favourite of mine. These do really well. Just clear these out. It's certainly a lot better doing them at home than at the allotment. Just make sure we get rid of the worst and make sure there's no rotten ones, but I tend not to mess with them too much. But I'll use the prescription bags that my mother keeps for me. So we've got a nice few nice beans there. This is the first year I've really been able to save the pongos in any great quantity. I think most of them have fell through. We can pick up any stragglers or any that are still stuck in there. But there's quite a few there now. Because it's been so damp, they've started shooting or swelling up, so I don't see any point in keeping those. But there's a good many seeds there. There's a spare bean there. We don't know which variety that is, so that can go there, but you can see there's quite a few that have expanded or tried to grow. Shan't keep any of those. Very similar to the Cobra, so I mustn't get those mixed up. I'll get them into the prescription bag. I tend not to throw any seeds away, but I know I've got Cobra now going back to 2016, so I will have a good sort through them. No point emptying them out this tub, but see there, we've got some nice looking beans, and I'm hoping that they will do well. Again, you can see there they've got damp and they've maybe tried to grow, or it's just the weather we've been having here in the UK. Right, I'll get these bagged up into a box and we'll get off up to the allotment. So for now I'm just going to pop these away, but there's loads of beans and peas in here. I will sort them out, and any surplus beans that we don't want I will sow in the spring and dig in as and when I need that growing space. I'll use them as a green manure so they won't go to waste. So we're back up the allotment now. I don't like the parsnips to get too wet, and I do like to protect them a little bit from the elements, even though they do need a good frost. But keeping the water off and keeping the bed happy is my main concern. So I do like to put them to bed and then help ourselves as and when we need them. So I will be cutting the parsnips off. Just a reminder that the parsnips can burn. The sap gets on the skin and then the sunshine. If you haven't watched that video of mine, I'll pop it on the end screen again for you, so you can see what it can. It basically just blisters the skin, which isn't very pleasant. But I've allocated myself another hour today to get a few jobs done, little and often. as and when the weather allows us. But we've got 4 fours, 12. So we've got a nice amount of parsnips there. See, they will start to go a little bit rotten on the tops. So we do need to just limit the amount of water. This bed has sunk again. You can see the plastics drop down. Not too worried, because this bed's going to be moved that way to open this area up for the barrels. I'll take that out. These out. These are what we used to put the seeds in the little mini greenhouses. I'll pop that on the end screen as well if I remember. If I remember I'm working that way, we shouldn't have any issues. So all I'm going to do is add some cocoa coir. I think 1 tub will be enough. The parsnips will continue to grow, and in the spring they'll start going to seed, but hopefully they'll all be gone by then. I've removed some cardboard off another bin from where the garlic was, so that can go on there, and all I can do then is just peel it back, and we're about there. So it doesn't matter if we get too much rain there. And then I'm going to pop a piece of this polycarbonate on, and I think I'll go at that angle, but to do that angle the westerly wind might fetch it off, so I need to fix that down properly. But for now I'll just pop that spare container of cocoa coir on there. But this will just keep these happy now. We planted those on the 12th of April 21, and they should last me well into the new year, until they all start going rotten. But I'll work up religiously from this side to there, just to make sure I can find them all, because I have in the past missed 1 or 2, and it's a shame to let them go to waste. That's how I keep my parsnips going over the winter months. They'll stay in the ground. This is another one of the long bean beds. This has got the kale in. I do need to tidy this up. I'll just do a bit of pause and record. Not going to bore you today, but these are the jobs that we need to get done before winter sets in properly. Well, my hour is nearly up, and I do try to keep to that so that I don't do any more damage to my back. And there's that asparagus volunteer, must have been from a seed, and I couldn't help myself by starting that other bed, but I just want to carry on, but I mustn't. That's a job for another day. But the white fly is absolutely awful. Whether these will survive, we will never know, not until they succumb to whatever. So this is my permanent potato bed, which I'm slowly getting rid of all the material. So there's some decent soil that we mixed with some of the compost that we find that's got the added perlite. That just helps, the soil and that compost helps just to give it a bit of body and some moisture. I've replaced one of the opria there because it had just started to die off. That's the bed that I took the cardboard off for there. so that these have a chance. But the worm action, not my camera action, I do apologise, but as you can see, the worms are doing a great job. Lots of babies there to replace the ones that my robin eats, but we're looking a lot tidier now. So we'll tackle that bed, we'll put a bit more in that bed. Let's just have a quick look at the Brussels. Not as good as last year, but we've got another month or two to see if some of them, this is a different variety. I used all the seeds up. These have blown to stop. Once these have formed properly, take even more leaves off and then take the top out. That stops the sprouts from blowing, but you can see these are already started, so we may have to take these out. I don't know what's happened to this one, I'm sure. Never mind. Some material there for the compost bin, some material here for the green bin at home. That's got the old tomatoes in, just in case they've got blight, and last night's hard frost has not helped the cucumbers. It's made the peppers look a bit wilted, and the tomato leaves very, very sad. But at least the frost took them, and not blight. Hopefully when this is double skinned in the future, doors and windows shut, heater on, we may be able to keep the tomatoes for a bit longer. I've done well this year though, and I removed the rest of the cucumbers from here and spotted these. But maybe the frost has put paid to those for now. November 5th, and yesterday I had a small picking of the peas. Even if they're not going to produce a lot, they're certainly making my allotment look very productive. Please remember to hit that like or dislike button. Consider subscribing, and definitely leave me a comment to see what you're up to in November. Happy gardening to you all. Till next time, my friends. Ta-ra for now.